What it do, YouTube? Your boy Playoff Don is back with another video. And I'm glad y'all are here because I get to tell y'all about my favorite things in football. Right? I'm sure y'all got y'all favorite things, but I'm glad I have an audience now that I can tell about this. It's my favorite things. My favorite things are long. I trust me, I know it's just my brain. 60-yard bombs, right? That's what I love to see, right? 60-yard long shots, deep shots from 120 to the other 40, and that go for huge touchdown gains. I love seeing that. I love seeing interceptions, and I also love seeing just not just the interceptions, but also just chaotic yet really, really good, impactful defense. Those are my three things that just make me smile more than anything. And you know who's been making me really smile every Sunday, other than bacon and eggs? It's the Cleveland Browns defense. And if you've been living under a rock, like, please, whenever you get the time, just take some time out and just go look at I'm sure there's a clip on YouTube somewhere. 2023 Cleveland Browns defensive highlights. And you will smile. You will crack a smile at some point if you love good football. The Cleveland Browns defense is it's a joy, man. I don't know what else I can say, man. This is I know what else I can say. This is the best defense in the NFL. I'm willing to say that. They are holding their opponents to 200 yards per game. Just 200. Now, to put that in perspective, a normal quarterback game, any average quarterback usually has like 320 yards, around there, maybe a little less, maybe 290, just passing yards, right? That doesn't count scrimmage, that doesn't count rushing yards. No, that doesn't count like punt return yards. No, just 200 total yards for a team in a game is the Cleveland Browns. They're holding quarterbacks to 143 yards passing on average per game. It's stupid what they're doing right now. And the stats look nuts. The eye test looks crazy too. This pass rush is relentless, which was not the case a year ago. Their linebackers are flying around. Their DBs are one-on-one man coverage. Just, again, they're flying around and everything. It's insane. And what an insane turnaround from a year ago, where they were buns and they were the worst run defense in football. It kind of went under the radar, the moves they made, the changes they made to boost up this defense. Really, the defensive line last year was just Myles Garrett, who's elite, but it's just Myles Garrett and a bunch of nothing, a bunch of non-impact players. They go ahead and they sign Dalvin Tomlinson from the Vikings, who's a really good defensive tackle. They signed Za'Darius Smith from, I think he was also with the Vikings. Solid veteran edge rusher who can have some really explosive games. They bring in, I'm gonna butcher his name, but Obo Okoronkwo, I believe I said his name right, from Houston. He gets after the quarterback. They bring him in. They bring in Shelby Harris as well. Just known veteran players who are good players. They bring them in, and now they have a really solid, formidable defensive line. It's not just Myles Garrett getting double teamed the whole game and nobody else can make any plays. But the real main change was switching defensive coordinators. Jim Schwartz, who has got a long history of good defenses, um, they bring him in as the DC, replacing Joe Woods, who was horrible, who all he wanted to do was run that silly quarters off coverage defense that gives up a ton of yards underneath. They bring in Jim Schwartz, who runs this aggressive man coverage defense, and a guy who can really maximize the talent that's on this defense. And you see the results, man. He is sending blitz packages that are like super diabolic. He's got all these dudes flying all over the place. These linebackers fly to the football. They play man coverage on the back end because they've got incredibly athletic and heady corners like Denzel Ward, like Martin Emerson, like Greg Newsome. Athletes, intelligent athletes back there. And they don't give up anything deep. They give up nothing deep. And they force these offenses to try and gain yardage underneath with check downs. And when you check it down, when you throw it into the flat because nothing else is open, these dudes are flying, rallying to tackle. And it looks insane. It's a defense that you can really feel when you watch them and when you play them. It's an elite unit. They send all types of different blitz packages, and you can see during the game too, they're just all on the same page always. And they locked up the 49ers, who are the best team in the league in my opinion. They locked them up on Sunday, held them to 17 points or 18 points or whatever, below 20, below their standard. And there was a ton of plays in that game where the Niners were handing it off. They were doing their mixed direction thing. And you can see the linebackers just going crazy. Like they're pointing, they're like, hey, this is this. And when you see that, it's like they know what the play is. And then they proceed to blow it up. And it's, again, these dudes play like maniacs, but it's like a controlled frenzy type thing. I've always given the 49ers credit for playing defense like this, even though it's not as much man as the Browns are playing. But yeah, they've been building up this defense for years. They keep drafting corners, keep investing in that position because they know how vital it is. And they've always had a great guy back there in Denzel Ward, who's been insanely underrated because of how bad this defense has been over the past few years. Stacking up all this talent, all these draft picks, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, Anthony Walker, like it's talent. It's a ton of talent. Juan Thornhill as well, they get him from the Chiefs. Grant Delpit. Good Lord, I'm so glad I didn't forget him. Grant Delpit looks like a top 5 safety. He is finally realizing his potential and being the athlete that he is. Run defense, coverage, just like an all-around, like a do-it-all safety, really. And again, man, like this defense is so crazy to watch. And again, like the main thing, they gave the Ravens issues, they shut down the Bengals, and then it really showed up when the lights were on them on Sunday. And they beat the Niners with that defense. This is a legit defense that will keep you in games. This is the kind of defense that keeps you in games, that gives you a chance every week. Very good chance the Browns make the playoffs just because of this defense alone. I know the offense is what it is, but this defense alone gives you a chance against every team and will give you a chance moving forward. And I had to give these boys praise because they are playing out of their minds. And yeah, I do think this is the best defense in football. I do. And I'm so happy for Myles Garrett, man, because you know he's probably been the best pass rusher in football, the best edge rusher in football. You know, And again, even he's been underrated because again, just this defense as a whole has just not lived up to the potential that they've had. Now they are, and he has a very good shot to win Defensive Player of the Year. Yeah, I do think this is the best defense in the NFL. Let me know if you disagree. If you still think it's the Niners, if you think it's the Jets, there are other really good defenses. I want to give all those units the love that they deserve as well. But let me know. Let me know if I'm suffering from that new car smell. But the eye test confirms it. The stats confirm it. These boys are elite. And again, they're going to give the Cleveland a chance every week. But yeah, just want to give them some love. I will be back with more videos, but this is it for me for this one. This has been Playoff Don. Peace out.